Despite how the trolls in my comments might make it seem, last year Minneapolis was ranked as the #1 happiest city in the US by the Institute for the Quality of Life. It was ranked the 13th happiest by Wallet Hub and the 3rd most friendly city in the US by MSM. And while I've thoroughly covered all the Minneapolis suburbs around the Twin Cities on this channel, I haven't necessarily covered the best Minneapolis neighborhoods as much. So in this video, that's exactly what we're going to cover today. First, a few more stats about Minneapolis. The city of Minneapolis consistently ranks in the top 10 nationwide for things like parks, connected bike lanes, and overall work-life balance. Hennepin County has the 15th lowest murder per capita of the top 60 major metros around the US, according to usafacts.org, and according to the Trust for Public Land, a staggering 99% of Minneapolis residents live within just a 10-minute walk of a public park. Compare that to other major cities where green space is either scarce or concentrated to just a few areas, and it's clear why so many people love living here. Right now, the median price for a single-family home in Minneapolis sits at just $345,000, which is an incredible value when you compare it to some similar cities around the US. Beyond that, Minneapolis provides a solid public transportation network, one of the most educated workforces in the country, 4 distinct seasons with outdoor recreation year-round, a thriving art scene, and an awesome food scene as well. And if we haven't met yet, my name's Carmack, and I've spent the last 9 years helping families successfully buy and sell homes all around the Twin Cities. On this channel, I talk all about the best places to live around the Twin Cities, real estate market updates, and some fun things to do for those living in Minnesota as well. So if that's your vibe, make sure to subscribe. Let's start with the North Loop, a neighborhood that's gone through some major changes over the last several years. Once home to warehouses and factories, it's now one of the most walkable parts of Minneapolis. It's packed with creative businesses and the highest number of James Beard nominated restaurants in the entire city. What makes it really stand out is the vibe overall. You've got preserved brick buildings and cobblestone streets alongside modern, sleek designs. It's got wide sidewalks and a thoughtfully laid out and welcoming atmosphere with a mix of historic charm and fresh energy that's really hard to beat around our city. It's also got an active social neighborhood. The local neighborhood association here hosts events year-round, from the summer food truck rally to cozy winter markets, and Washington Avenue is full of cool local boutiques selling everything from handcrafted home goods to designer fashion. If you think about moving to the North Loop, housing here is mostly converted warehouses. Places with exposed brick, you've got timbered beam ceilings, you've got really tall vaulted ceilings, and usually huge windows, so there's going to be loads of character and natural light. Despite its city center feel, it is surprisingly great area for outdoorsy types of people. There's direct access to 6.5 miles of Mississippi riverfront trails, perfect for morning run, sunset walk, or a bike ride. The Cedar Lake Trail is often called the Bike Freeway, and that connects you to over 100 miles of trails across our city, and from Target Field Station, you can also head out to regional trails without even needing a car. The North Loop is also super dog friendly. They've got 2 different dog parks within easy walking distance, including the North Loop Dog Grounds, which has a separate areas for big dogs and small dogs and includes water stations. If you're somebody who hates traffic, you will love the North Loop neighborhood. The Target Field Station that I just mentioned also gives you light rail access to downtown, the airport, and the Mall of America, plus over to St. Paul. And so it's got a walk score of a 92 plus a bike score that's even higher at 96. So you can easily get around without even needing a car if that's what you're hoping for. In the winter, the downtown Skyway is not too far away, and that's going to be super handy using the Skyways to get around. And if you do drive, 394 and 94 are 2 major highways that have easy access straight out of this neighborhood. For those who travel often, the airport is just a 15-minute drive, or you can take that light rail and skip the airport parking entirely. Rideshare and car sharing options like Our Car and Zipcar are easily accessible to find in this neighborhood, and lots of residents here, again, just don't even bother with owning a car. And let's talk about the food, because if you are a foodie, this is the place. Within just a few blocks, you've got 5 James Beard nominated spots, plus fantastic breweries like Fulton, Modest, and Inbound. And on the weekends, walk to the Minneapolis Farmers Market for fresh produce and local specialties. And every September, the North Loop Fest brings together the neighborhood's best eats and makers. One thing you definitely need to be aware of with the North Loop neighborhood, though, is there are basically no single-family homes. So it's almost all condos or townhomes. Condos here are going to average you about $380,000. Often, those are going to be the really character-filled historic buildings. And then townhomes, on the other hand, are mostly closer to the river. They run just a bit over $700,000 right now. And there are plenty of rentals too, even though that's not necessarily something that I work with. And if you're thinking about buying a home around the Twin Cities, I will drop a link to my home buyer's guide, which you can grab in the description down below. The North Loop delivers big city energy, great food, walkability, and just a little bit of everything for city lovers. But next up, we're going to shift gears to a totally different vibe, one that feels a little bit more like a cozy small town tucked away inside of the city. Next up is Lynen Hills, a neighborhood that I absolutely love, and it's like a charming little small town that's somehow been dropped right into Minneapolis, with the stunning Lake Harriet and Lake Makaska as your natural backyard. The name comes from the beautiful Lynen Hill trees and gentle hills that define that area. Originally established in the early 1900s as a streetcar suburb, Lynen Hills has kept its historic charm while evolving into one of Minneapolis' most sought-after neighborhoods. The architecture here is going to be a mix of craftsman bungalows, you've got some Tudor revivals, and some colonials, each showcasing great craftsmanship craftsmanship. But what really makes this neighborhood stand out is the perfect balance between the natural beauty and the community vibe, all within the city limits. There's the Lynen Hill Falls Festival, outdoor movies and concerts at the Lake Harriet Bandshell in the summer, and magical holiday trolley rides in the winter. Lynen Hills is all about community, with gardens, volunteer opportunities, and a really active community neighborhood association organizing local events. For outdoorsy types, Lynen Hill is an absolute gem. You're nestled between two of the city's most beautiful lakes, Lake Harriet and Lake Minneapolis, where you're going to find beaches, sailing, kayaking, and rentals of all different sorts right outside your door. The Grand Round Scenic Byway cuts right through the neighborhood as well, giving you miles of trails for walking, running, or cycling. And if you're looking for a peaceful escape, you've got places like Rose Gardens and Roberts Bird Sanctuary that are just around the corner. One of my favorite spots is the Trolley Path, which is a historic streetcar road that's now a cute little walking area. If you are not a fan of traffic, Lynen Hill feels like its own little self-contained village, so pretty much everything you're going to need from grocery stores, coffee shops, and restaurants is all going to be within walking or biking distance. There are also bus routes to downtown, uptown, and other key areas, plus bike lanes throughout, making it a great place for cyclists. For frequent travelers, Lynen Hills is just about 20 minutes away from the airport, so it's going to be close enough for convenience, but it is far enough away to avoid the air traffic noise. Car share spots are also available around the neighborhood, and with multiple park and ride transit options to downtown and the airport, it's actually very easy to get around here without a car as well. Let's talk about food, because Lynen Hills has an awesome food scene. Tila is going to be a must-visit spot with its seasonally inspired menu and creative comfort foods, and don't miss Sebastian Joe's, which is somewhat of a local legend with lines usually out the door all throughout the summer evenings. The Lynen Hills Farmers Market runs from May through October, and it's going to feature local vendors, plus there are specialty food shops like Fran's 44 Cheese Shop and Navia's Thai Kitchen. The neighborhood even hosts food events like the September Bread Festival and February's For the Love of Chocolate celebration. Now about the real estate, Lynen Hills is all about character. So the homes are going to average you about $800,000, with many of those going to be built in the early 1900s and feature beautiful detailings like original woodwork, leaded glass windows, and front porches that just scream charm. The neighborhood is mostly single-family homes on tree-lined streets, but there are some condos and townhomes available. Next up, we've got the Fulton neighborhood, and this area is going to offer some of the highest public rated schools in the city, plus home prices that provide a fantastic value when you compare it to other similar neighborhoods in metros nationwide. Fulton is classic Minneapolis living at its best. You've got tree-lined streets, well-maintained properties, and active community groups. The Fulton Neighborhood Association is one of the most active in the city, organizing events from summer festivals to block parties to winter ice skating and community projects that bring the community together. What makes Fulton stand out is its blend of preserving neighborhood character while supporting smart development. Recently, there's been a revitalization of several commercial areas with new restaurants, better park facilities, and improved bike infrastructure, all while keeping the community's character intact. And how about the neighborhood schools? They are consistently ranked for both academics and extracurriculars, making this area especially attractive for families with kids. For outdoor enthusiasts, Southwest Minneapolis has a surprising amount of recreation opportunities. There are several well-kept parks like Pershing, Armitage, and Kinney Park, featuring playgrounds, sport facilities, and green spaces. Minnehaha Creek also runs through the south side, offering a scenic spot for walking, jogging, and biking. And of course, you're going to have access to Minnehaha Falls just down the road. You've got easy access to Highway 62 to travel east and west across the city, plus there are express bus routes to downtown with dedicated bus lanes during peak hours, and you've also got a solid bike lane network for easy commuting. What's also great is how quiet the residential streets are, which is thanks to some traffic calming measures that they put into place like roundabouts and bump outs, which admittedly some people are not a big fan of, but it does help keep the neighborhoods feeling more peaceful and safe for both families and pedestrians. The dining scene in Southwest Minneapolis has grown very impressively. So you're just a few minutes away from the upscale 50th and France district over by Edina, which is going to have plenty of dining options from casual cafes to the higher end special occasion spots. Broder's Pasta Bar is a local favorite, offering handmade pasta and seasonal dishes that draw diners in from all across the South Metro. And Cleta's Latin-inspired menu has earned national attention, while Jones Cafe is your local neighborhood coffee shop that even roasts their own beans. The average home price in Fulton right now is about $686,000, which can feel like a great value when you are just right next door to Lynen Hills, which is at $800,000, and you're still going to get 9 out of 10 rated local schools. But if you are looking for something a little bit more affordable, why don't we flip from the southwest side up to Minneapolis's northeast neighborhood? This was once an industrial powerhouse area that fueled the city's early manufacturing, and this neighborhood has transformed as well into the heart of the Twin Cities indie art scene. In recent years, artists and creative entrepreneurs have taken over industrial spaces, transforming them into vibrant studios, galleries, and innovative businesses. In fact, Northeast has one of the highest concentrations of artist studios, craft breweries, and creative spaces in the entire metro. One of the major highlights of Northeast is its immensely popular Art-A-Whirl event, which is held every May. This is said to be one of the largest open studio tours in the United States, with over 1,600 artists opening up their workspaces to the public. The weekend celebration of creativity draws tens of thousands of visitors every single year to the block party. And shameless plug, if you are local to the Twin Cities and you want to know about events like this before they happen, make sure you sign sign up for the Hot Dish, which is a fun little side project that I've got. It's an email newsletter that we send you once a week to let you know all the best stuff happening, all the great restaurants to try out, and so much more. So go sign up for that if you want to. It's hotdishnews.com/subscribe. For those of you who love the outdoors like me, the Northeast is going to offer a beautiful mix of urban and natural spaces that are really uniquely satisfying. The neighborhood gives you immediate access to the scenic Mississippi River trails, which is perfect for biking, running, or walking, and you've got great views of Minneapolis from the East Bank. Northeast Park has recently upgraded their athletic facilities, including tennis courts, baseball fields, and a modern rec area, which is going to be ideal for those that are looking for organized sports or more fitness classes. You've also got nearby Boom Island Park, which offers wide open spaces for picnics and just relaxing right in the middle of the river. And of course, don't forget St. Anthony Falls is right next door, which has the iconic spot that powered Minneapolis's milling industry, and it's a great spot to catch a film from the historic theater or just take a stroll down Stone Arch Bridge. There are also well-designed bike lanes along main streets like Central Avenue and Marshall Street, which are going to offer you safe, efficient routes for cyclists to get around. Multiple bus routes will connect you to downtown, the University of Minnesota, or other key destinations with relatively low congestion compared to the South Minneapolis neighborhoods. Now, I know we keep talking about food, but if you are a foodie, Northeast might be one of the most exciting spots around the entire Twin Cities. You've got Young Joni, which is a Jones Beard award-winning restaurant, which is serving up incredible wood-fired pizza and Korean-inspired dishes that consistently earn national recognition. Hi Hi offers vibrant Southeast Asian cuisine in a space that matches the energy of its creative menu. The neighborhood's diversity is reflected in its restaurant scene with authentic eateries from Eastern European, Mexican, Middle Eastern, and Southeast Asian cuisines. And here's a local secret for you. Northeast has the best egg rolls in the entire city, which are going to be found in a little hole in the wall called Village House. Seriously, this is the one food I always tell my clients to get when they come to town because their egg rolls are seriously fantastic. Now let's talk about the real estate scene. The average home price for Northeast Minneapolis is currently sitting around $340,000, making it one of the most affordable neighborhoods in Minneapolis, especially with its growing population. The housing stock here is incredibly diverse as well, ranging from charming 1920s bungalows and craftsman homes to converted industrial lofts and newly built condos down by the river. There are also new rise apartment buildings offering dramatic views over the rivers and affordable single-family homes, which you'll find a little bit further from the waterfront. Another fun fact about Northeast is that it boasts over 60 artist studios and galleries and almost a dozen breweries just within the borders of Northeast Minneapolis. All in all, Northeast Minneapolis offers a perfect mix of creative energy, cultural diversity, and urban convenience, so it's going to be ideal for anybody seeking authentic neighborhood with a vibrant community life and distinct character. To wrap up, each Minneapolis neighborhood has its own unique character and charm, and there's so many more that I couldn't cover today. So if you're thinking about moving to Minneapolis or anywhere around the Twin Cities suburbs, make sure to go check the channel where I've got an entire playlist of more videos just like this and unique tours of the individual cities. My name's Joe Carmack. I appreciate you so much for watching. Find all my information in the description down below, and I'll catch you next time.